Hello guys, welcome back to Garage Football. Here's our live watch along for Arsenal versus Tottenham at the first North London derby of the season. So thanks for watching. If you are, subscribe to Garage Football if you're new, and let us know your match thoughts, comments, etc. throughout the game in the live chat. It'd be great to read those throughout. So I'm joined by Wiz, a Chelsea fan, and Russ, an Arsenal fan. So thanks for joining. We'll start with you, Russ. I mean, obviously, as I said, it's the first North London derby of the season. You excited? You nervous? Bit of both.
I am a bit, yeah, because I can't remember sort of the last time we had a North London derby with fans in the stadium. I can't remember when that was, but it's been a while. But yeah, hopefully these, as I said to you before, mate, these games go out the window, form goes out the window, and it could, as I say, it'd either be a 0-0 or it'd be 5-3 or some ridiculous score like that. But yeah, neither team are playing well at the moment. Spurs started off okay, but they've sort of tailed off the past couple of weeks. We've sort of grown into our form a little bit. All right, we haven't been playing that well. We beat Burnley and Norwich 1-0 each. But yeah, hopefully we may have turned a little bit of a corner, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. And what about you? Was obviously us two are both neutrals today, so we can sit back and enjoy it, unlike Ross. But what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously, if this game was played a few weeks ago, you would have said Tottenham are heavy favourites. But obviously, football and results change quickly. I've had a couple of 3-0 defeats Tottenham recently. One of them to Crystal Palace. So, and obviously your team Chelsea last week was. So I mean, and I think Russ, you said that before we started, that form goes out the window, and I think both sides they've got the strengths. Obviously, they've got big weaknesses as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a lot of injuries and sendings off, ideally, as much suffering as possible upon our London rivals. But I think, we've played them both, and I think they were much better than people gave credit for after the game. I think Tottenham especially really got their tactics down, and ultimately, I think we won on quality rather than on tactical brilliance or something, which is good when you can go and spend 100 million on a striker. So we didn't control the game particularly well in the first half. I don't think in either game really, and it relied more on the flaws of the opposition than our kind of fantastic brilliance. But I think Tottenham have got a much better team than people have made out. And I think Arsenal are building something that I think is quite promising as well. There's been a massive reaction against Arteta, and that's calmed down slightly now. But I think both sides have got something. I just have quite a lot of respect for both sides. I mean, Chelsea aren't playing them today, so I could afford to be more cocky about it. But I think they've got some good players, and actually, I think they might turn out to do quite well. Actually, and especially Arsenal. I think they're building something quite exciting. You look at the signings, and I see there's this kind of meme that's gone round on Twitter about Tomiyasu and one of the clowns who does transfer deadline day saying, "Oh, he's not a right back and he's not a centre back." Well, he was good enough to be a good player in Serie A and be chased and kind of coveted by other teams. So Arsenal have just taken that role, sort of the Tottenham role, in a way of everyone sort of enjoying their decline, and I am bang up for that. Like when Carnu scores a hat trick in the last 10 minutes against you, I don't forgotten. I love
glory
it.
days.
Yeah, but fair is fair, and I don't think a lot of the criticism has been completely fair. Yeah, Xhaka, he should be shipped off to Madagascar or something. He's got problems, but I think they've got some exciting, really incredibly good young players, really amazing. So I think I think there should be more optimism.
Yeah, no, spot on, mate. So let's go through the. You mentioned Xhaka there, so he's back in the side today for Arsenal. So let's go through the starting lineups for both sides. So we'll start with Arsenal home team. So looks like a 4-2-3-1. So Ramsdale stays in goal. Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, and Tierney is the back four. Holding two of Xhaka, I've mentioned. Thomas Partey gets a start today. Attacking midfielders of Saka, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe, and then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front on his own. And the visitors, Tottenham, looks like more of a 4-3-3. Lloris in goal, Tanganga, Sanchez back in the side, Dyer, Reguilon, three of Ndombele, Højbjerg, and Dele Alli. Then the attacking three of Lucas Moura, Son, and Harry Kane. So, your thoughts on Arsenal's lineup, Russ?
It's the best we could put out, really. Everyone knew Xhaka would be brought back. I don't think Saka's had an amazing start to the season, but if you look at our options, we haven't got much else sort of there. Maybe Martinelli, but don't know what's going on there. Pepe, he needs to sort of step up a little bit. His first touch has been woeful the past few weeks, considering he had a really strong end to the season last season. Pretty much the defense as you'd expect. I hope Ben White actually has a good game today, because he hasn't looked amazing for like £50 million that we spent on him. But basically, if Xhaka needs to put in a performance, I think a lot of people will be on his back, and I just hope he doesn't lose his head, really.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, what are your thoughts on on the lineups, Wiz, about what you'd expect?
I'll take the Tottenham. So I think they've got. You can't. I don't go in for all this stuff. They've got Kane and Son in that side.
Yeah.
And then the midfield three apparently is Højbjerg, Ndombele, and Dele Alli.
Yeah.
I mean that is. I know they've got Eric Dyer in that side, like for comedy. But the one thing. I mean, I like Reguilon as well, but Tanganga, I've got to admit, I think it's first game of the season, wasn't it? They beat City and everyone went, Tanganga. And then even when you watch the game, but even on the highlights that they showed, it was like he's just tried to kick everyone off the park and got away with it because of the new rulings about the ref. And then when he actually gets done, everyone's like, oh, well, that's a surprise. No, it's not a surprise. He wasn't good. He got away with kicking people. He's not that good. He gets caught out of position. He looks like someone who should play centre back, playing at full back. I wouldn't. If I think it's lined up here that I'm looking at with Emil Smith Rowe out there. But if Saka, Smith Rowe, and Odegaard just overload out there, they'll slaughter them. I think I would worry about that. They've got so much firepower, really, Spurs, and they're a much more developed side. They're much more through some kind of process than Arsenal are. But I think that's a massive weakness.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right, so we'll see what transpires. So Tottenham players just coming onto the pitch. So before the game gets underway, lads, what are your score predictions? Russ, we'll go with you first.
I hate this. Yeah, it's 1-1. I think it'll be. I think it'll be a draw. Harry Kane will score because he usually does, but I'll take a draw all day long.
Wiz?
Oh, I'm going to be silly like I always. I think it could be 3-3.
Well, yeah,
I don't fancy it.
It's possible. It is possible. I know Arsenal have kept a couple of clean sheets against, no disrespect, it's Norwich and Burnley, so it's not something to rave about. But I don't think Arsenal's defence is that brilliant. And with Sanchez and Dyer in Tottenham's defence, that's not a brilliant centre back pairing, is it? So I think there could be a few goals. I think Arsenal might have the edge. I think I fancy both teams to score. Probably, I think Kane always scores against Arsenal, so I fancy him too. But I don't know. I just got a feeling Arsenal at home, they're starting to get some momentum with the clean sheets and getting those wins recently. So I don't know. I think they just might have the edge today. I think 2-1. I'm going to go with.
The problem is with us is our creativity. We just don't get the ball. I mean, Aubameyang's basically just useless at the moment. We just don't get the ball to him in the right areas. I feel really sorry for him. There's a lot of people on his back, and I understand to a certain extent, but I think it's just that he's not getting service, and without service, how the hell is he going to score goals?
Oh yeah, exactly.
I think he's streaky, like a lot of strikers. I've not seen him. When he tailed off last season, I didn't think he looked that bad. It wasn't like he wasn't doing a lot of the right things. I mean, I know we've got Timo Werner and I like him, but he's. I don't know. I think it is a question of service.
I think at least with Werner, he's getting the service to miss the goal, isn't he? At least he's getting that. Alba's not getting a look in.
Yeah. Odegaard should be that man. And again, he's proved that he can do something. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens today. Smith Rowe looks amazingly promising, but he's more of I don't know. He's more of a mount. He's more of a runner with the ball, I guess, and
Yeah, this is
goal threat.
yeah. There's like Saka. I said this last season to a load of my mates. I said, Odegaard and Emil Smith Rowe, they need to like up their end product numbers because the numbers of assists and goals they actually get isn't very much.
Mm.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
Odegaard he scored last week, but that was from a free kick. But yeah, they yeah, it's the same old Arsenal. We play it around too much when we get to the opposition area. We just can't put the ball away.
Yeah, if you think back, it's not that long ago. I mean, people complained a lot about Ozil, but God, he create? I mean, I know he didn't run, but I don't understand this. Again, I'd call it the Alan Shearer school, where Pogba didn't track back once and they replay it every week or something. They show the one thing Pogba didn't do, and it's a bit like that with Ozil. I think. I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I think there was a lot of frustration. And I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but again, that creativity, obviously Sanchez as well, a few years ago, that was the least of Arsenal's problems.
Well, I think it's Sanchez did all of Ozil's running. I think that was the thing. Ozil was Alexis Sanchez. He was just all over the place. He was fantastic for us. Amazing player.
Yeah, he came from a top absolute elite side where he worked as well and put up amazing numbers and looked brilliant. So.
Just the players and the fans with a round of applause for Jimmy Greaves, who sadly passed away recently.
Yeah, what player he was.
Yeah, unbelievable. Such a shame.
Yeah. Well, I think they've shown a few of the statistics about his kind of European scoring record. And what you find in any sport really is over time, people kind of, the bar gets moved up and things like that.
Yeah.
But his numbers look good in modern terms, where we kind of feel that Ronaldo and Messi are sort of unprecedented just in sheer goal numbers. But incredible to have a record like that, kind of, half a century before, really.
Especially in the way they played back in that they didn't take any prisoners with the way that they were tackling, did they? So
yeah, and the pitches were worse as well.
Balls were heavier, weren't they, as well?
Heavier, yeah. Right, we are underway. Spurs with the ball kicking from right to left in this first half. You watching it live for us with me?
Yeah, I'm watching it on Sky, man. I'm just going to go and hide behind my sofa. So I hate watching these games. I really do.
I bet, mate. Yeah. Whereas you'll probably be about 30 seconds behind us, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm a bit behind you. I'm actually on the tablet watching it at the moment because I can't get my app on the computer to work. But they're still clapping.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're 35 seconds in. Regon Texas throwing down the left-hand side. Tomiyasu with a header away.
He's really tall, Tomiyasu. I never realised. I thought that he was going to be quite a short guy, but he's a really quite a big, lanky guy.
What do you make of his first few games for us? He looks, from what I've seen, very impressive, to be honest.
He looks fairly good, but our opposition, like Norwich, they were never going to really sort of, never really going to give us much of it. No, I think they're going to go down, unfortunately. I think they're going to get a really small amount of points. Burnley as well. Burnley, they don't create very much. I think he sort of dealt with what he had to do. But yeah, this would be a real test for him.
Well, Højbjerg's done well on the left. His son, brilliant challenge by, who is that? Is that White?
I think it is. That's a £50 million tackle. He's all right.
Yeah, brilliant challenge. Yeah. Got to make a few of those today, especially with Son and Lucas Moore making those runs from deep.
Yeah, Lucas Moore always tends to have a good game against Arsenal.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. There's Partey pass it out wide to Tierney. Must be good, Russ, from Arsenal point of view, to have Partey starting.
Well, yeah, they made a big thing about him starting the game in midweek against Wimbledon, but obviously, because he's been out so long, I think he needed the minutes.
Yeah,
it's not just a case of okay, we'll ease him back in. I think with a lot of team sports like this, I think playing regularly it does run you into form.
No, without a doubt, yeah. We just want a free kick there on the halfway line there. Højbjerg with the foul. We'll play out wide. Oh, was that handball? No. Throwing for Arsenal. Halfway through in Spurs' half. It's coming up to 3 minutes. Obviously no chances or anything just yet. What would be a successful season, Russ, for an Arsenal point of view?
Wow, just getting back into Europe, I think. It's not. We're not going to get top 4. There's no way we'll get top 4.
No.
I think top sixth is our absolute limit. I think we'll probably finish 7th or 8th again with the team we've got. But I've been fairly critical of Arteta, to be honest. I've not been his biggest fan for a long time, and I think we should have changed. I mean, I was really annoyed with the start of the season we had. All right, we're playing Chelsea and we're playing Man City. That's absolutely fine. We're going to lose to those sides. But
Yeah.
it was a Brentford one that really put us on the back foot. But in my mind, everything went wrong for Arsenal. It was Brentford's first game in the Premier League, their new stadium. Everybody bought into that, that whole thing around Brentford. And they just caught us. It was a bad day for Arsenal. And then sort of losing to Chelsea and Man City just exacerbated things. But I haven't been a fan of Arteta for a long time. As I said, I was looking to get rid of him last Christmas. All right, we had a good second half to the season, but if we need to get where we need to be, I don't think he's going to get us there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and definitely some results, but I think we'll see where get a bit more time and a bit more sympathy with the fans if we can get a win today against obviously arch rivals. That will certainly help his cause.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And equally the opposite would stand true if Tottenham managed to get a win today.
Nuno's not a bad manager, is he? To be fair, but at least sort of Spurs they made the change. But obviously Mourinho wasn't working with Mourinho, so they decided to get rid of him. At least Spurs got a manager who's actually managed before. That's my whole thinking behind it is that we have a rookie who's still learning on the job, and I just think Arsenal's just too big of a club for that to happen.
No, exactly. His son turns and shoots, so it goes harmlessly wide on there from the edge of the box. Decent build-up play by Tottenham. Ball was played forward. I thought his son was offside. Actually,
slightly offside, yeah.
Good. I think it was Ali, was it, with the header? Yeah. So
he's not been great recently, has he? For a long time, he's sort of been in and out of the side, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mourinho didn't really play him. Went in the squad for a lot of games as well, was he? So it wasn't like he was benched or anything. Sometimes he wasn't even in the 18 or whatever. So it seems to have been. I think Nuno's been playing him regularly. So you don't think it'd be a matter of time before he hits top form. Eventually.
I think it's a bigger drop off in a player.
Is that a save or did it hit the post?
Save it at the post. I think a bit of both, really.
Good move by Arsenal. Was it offside?
It's a big call by Arteta to play Ramsdale in goal as well. I think he's going to be the number one going forward.
It looks that way. Great ball by Tierney. Yeah, it was good offside. Yeah, Aubameyang was offside there. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it was saved by Lloris anyway, but irrelevant because, as I say, it was offside. But yeah, good move there from Arsenal. Tierney with a lovely cross, and a decent effort by Aubameyang, but rightly given offside. I was saying this to a few mates yesterday that I think Tottenham really shot themselves in the foot by sacking Mauricio Pochettino. All their problems since then, they had a little bit of a wobble under him. Levy panicked, and they've suffered since then.
Yeah, I think Pochettino's a good manager. I mean, I would have had him at Arsenal.
Yeah, I think a few would have said that.
I know he has some good players, but he overachieved with Spurs, I think.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Look at where they are now. They're going to struggle to be in the top 6, Tottenham this season, and Pochettino got them in the Yeah, top counted for 2-3 seasons, didn't they?
Champions League final.
Champions League final, yeah, exactly.
But we won't talk about
Well, you can do because they lost it.
that. Well, still don't like talking about it.
No, true.
It was one of those. It was the two least favorite teams of mine got to that final. I was like, how can they both lose?
Yeah, no one gets the trophy. There's no one. Like, it was a shit game. None of you deserve it. Try again next year. All the competition null and void.
What time are
Yeah.
you guys on? I think I'm a bit behind.
Would have been if
Eight-
COVID had struck then. Yeah, we're at 8:15.
Yeah, 8:20 we're on, yeah.
I'm a couple of minutes behind, a minute and a half behind.
Hopefully was it your TV starts working again or whatever?
Well, we'll see, yeah. I'm hoping the app on the computer, but it just keeps shutting down. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm just watching it on a tablet at the moment, fortunately. But yeah, my feeling would be, I think, if you think Arteta is a player who can develop something with the younger players, then even if Pep came in, obviously he would be a lovely choice, or Jurgen Klopp. Even if they came in, how far can they take Arsenal with these players? So can you, if you think he genuinely is, as a manager, a prospect, then is it good for him to evolve with these younger prospects, the amazing talent they've got, Saka and these kind of players, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and build an identity from there? But you've got to believe that he's showing signs of doing that. And he's got to have shown that, I suppose.
But the thing is, like, it's not like we haven't spent money. We have spent a lot of money in the past couple of seasons, and it's just not getting any better from a results table point of view. We're just not getting any better, and I don't know. It's not solely down to Arteta. I mean, our recruitment's just been shoddy at best most of the time. We've bought some decent players. Like Gabriel's pretty good. Partey should have been, but he's bloody injured all the time. I do like Odegaard. As I said to you before, I think him and Emile Smith Rowe, their final numbers, goal scoring, assists, need to vastly improve. But yeah, just Mikel, I'm just not. I lost my faith with him a while ago, and he's going to have to do a hell of a lot to get it back.
Were you happy with the business over the summer that you did?
Ben White, I think that was a bit exuberant, if I'm being honest with you. All right, we lost David Luiz, and a lot of Arsenal fans didn't like him. I personally did, because I think he was like one of the few leaders we had. And losing him, that was a big blow to us, I think. And obviously getting Ben White, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He was on the cusp of he was in the England team, was he, for the World Cup? I think
He was in the squad, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously he didn't get any minutes, but he can't be that bad to like be in the England team. I know, obviously English players, you pay more for them anyway. But 50 million, it's gonna have to sort of put in a few better performances than he has. All right, he's been unlucky as well. He's had COVID and whatever else but yeah, that was all right. Odegaard, yeah, that was good.
Chance is Saka on the right. Cross, cut it, goal!
And what did I say? What did I say? He needs to start scoring.
They must have heard him, mate. They must have put it over the channel at the Emirates. And what a lovely move that was. Really good move by the home side. Great cross by Saka. First time he's really had the ball in the final third. Cross with his right foot, and Smith over an excellent run and a lovely finish into the corner.
What Spurs were doing there? Ridiculous. That was so easy. I don't know what.
Where was the marking? We'll see it again. The space opens up for Odegaard. He passed it out wide. Saka one and more with Reguilon. Yeah, just opened up for him. And the defenders didn't switch on. I mean, yeah, it's a good move by Saka and then Smith Rowe. But yeah, Smith Rowe's on his own. No one's marking him. Sanchez is static. Good finish. And there we are, 1-0. Arteta going wild as you can expect.
Yeah, taking Pepe out of the lineup, we've actually done something.
Oh, what a perfect start, Russ! Must be buzzing, mate.
Yeah, you get those early goals, yeah.
Arsenal at the end of the game if it stays the same.
Oh, I'll take it, yeah.
Well, not the best result for Tottenham. Obviously, they've been on they've had back-to-back 3-0 defeats in the league. Obviously, the Palace and Chelsea. So, and they're 1-0 down already. So, not a good start for them.
Yeah, that Palace, that was a weird one. I didn't see that coming at all, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Be back in a
fine.
sec.
No worries, man. Oh, Tierney, what a run this is. Taking on Tanganga. Good cross. Oh, just goes
It's
out.
too far, isn't it? It's out, isn't it?
Still in play, it looks like. Yeah, I thought, like you, mate, I thought it'd gone off, but play continues. Partey. Odegaard, rather. Getting a lot of space in midfield. Arsenal. And that's what obviously led to the first goal. That like Højbjerg and Ndombele and Ali were nowhere to be seen in the middle of the park. It's opened up like the Red Sea.
Yeah,
This is the Red Sea.
that's the problem, though. They have been like that this season.
Yeah, no, definitely, and they're not really, and obviously they're not scoring enough either to make up for it. Is Saka got the assist obviously for the goal. That's a Ben White. I think what you said of Ben White was true, mate. I think about the English Premium One players because he's not a 50 million defender. I don't care what you say. I mean, in time, I think he probably will do eventually. I think he's certainly got ability, but it's not. If you're 50 million, you've got to be like the cream of the crop, or you've got to be like at least experienced at this level, of which he's neither applied to him. Certainly not yet at the moment.
The other way of looking at it is if he's going to be a starter for Arsenal for the next 6-7.
Oh, Tin had to clear that one.
Don't know what he was doing there.
Moore clips it back in. Oh,
No.
got away with that one, Arsenal. Reckon was in acres down the left. Another day, he finds the player.
It's like you say with Ben White, it was like, if he's there for the next 8 years, then 50 million's irrelevant, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh, and we mentioned that was a terrible clearance by White. We just mentioned him.
I don't think he's ever won a header. I don't think he's just.
All right, Wiz?
Yeah, so a few technical difficulties there.
No worries. Even my TV's the screen is the feed, like the Sky feed, it's got a bit, so it's not just you, mate.
Oh, good. Yeah, what happened for that goal? We've discussed what happened for that goal, but it looked like he just cut across on his blind side and completely lost his man. I don't know whether that was Sanchez who was with him or Tanganga. I haven't seen it again, but
I don't think he's being marked at all, Wiz. Sanchez.
No, he's lost him. Completely lost him. Blindsided him. Come across.
Here's a Aubameyang on the left. Good cross. That's only Saka in there. Oh, he's got it though. Bad mistake. Edge of the box. Shot. Oh, save. Partey with the strike. Good effort on target. Luis had to save that one. It's a corner for us.
Good height for him though, wasn't it?
It was. But another good move. Lovely ball by, I think, Gabriel down the left. The Aubameyang did the right thing. Regon should have cleared that one though.
Why can't we play like this all the time? It's just.
That's a better strike than I thought, actually. I thought there was.
Tried to place it, didn't he?
Yeah, good effort. Corner comes in. Header at the back.
There is there.
Nice. Thumb clear by Tanganga. And Arsenal in the ascendancy at the moment. Weird, it's like football manager. Arsenal are piling on the pressure. Can Tottenham withstand or whatever the commentary, whatever it says?
Yeah. Well, it's
Aubameyang shoots. Oh, that's not bad effort. Just goes over.
I think Arsenal, there's an identity that Arteta's trying to build, and obviously results have been very mixed. I was sceptical about Nuno coming in, to be honest. I thought he was a bit of a kind of very similar kind of maybe manager approach to Jose, but I suppose it's safe pair of hands.
It's going to take him a while to install. I mean, he did a very good job at Wolves. Don't get me wrong. I think he was a bit unlucky towards the end. They were just sort of selling players from under him, weren't they? And they weren't sort of reinvesting that money. So I think it was good. It was good for him to sort of leave Wolves when he did. I think
Yeah,
most teams would have had him as a manager. I would have thought. I think he's deserved this opportunity at Spurs.
Yeah, no, the thing about Wolves last season is obviously if you get Jimenez injured for most of the season, which we had that horrific head injury. I think it was against Arsenal. I think it was. Might have been David Luiz.
Yeah, it was.
If you take him out of the side, they're obviously not as good a side. And obviously, as the season started, or even just before, and Jota was sold to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So you have them out of your side. Of course, you're not going to be a good side. But the problem with Nuno is Daniel Levy made a really telling statement. They wanted to go back to more attacking principles, but I don't think Nuno's quite the manager to do that.
I mean, the only thing that's changed my mind is the first half of the Chelsea game. It just shows a bit of, that he can coach a press, or somewhere in that coaching setup they can coach pressing and understand our side play out and all these kind of things. But yeah.
Tanganga does well on the right. Oh, is that a foul?
No, it's a good tackle.
No.
Good tackle.
Yeah. He done well there, Smith Rowe. He's not a defender, obviously, but if you're an attacker, you've got to put the challenges in. He made it hard for him. Good defended by the goal scorer. Me and Russ were saying, Wiz, but while you were off for the goal, Spurs' midfield just was completely empty. Ndombele, Højbjerg, and Ali were nowhere to be seen. Odegaard could just run at the fence at will, and that's when obviously we laid the ball off to Saka for him to cross the ball.
Yeah, you'd look at that, and you'd look at a three of Ndombele, Ali, and Højbjerg, and you would think the only one there who really defends from deep, or when the ball is when you're being pushed back, is Højbjerg.
Yeah,
Ndombele can defend, and his background implies that he can defend. Ali can defend, but he's both more proactive and more from the front. Ali played as a 10 in his best years under Pochettino. He played as a 10.
Yeah, well, that's where he got the goals, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was. I mean, saying earlier, I've never seen a drop off in a player. I don't think as much as Ali. Maybe after injury you see that happen to someone. But no, incredible, really.
Exactly. Well, another one had that big drop off. Mentioned him earlier was Alexis Sanchez.
Well, that was incredible. Yeah,
I'm glad that wasn't at Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Just the fewest touches. My God, the fewest touches in this game so far. Kane 2, Son 4, Moore 5. Definitely, obviously that needs to improve if Tottenham are going to get back into it.
Yeah, you would worry about the balance of that midfield, I think. I really like Ndombele. I think he's a much better player than whether he's being used enough and in the right way is a question. But I can't help but think that he's got talent on the ball, and but whether they need something a bit more.
His son, no, it's Ali rather. Oh, he loses it.
I think the amount of money that they've spent, like on Ndombele, Lo Celso, and they still can't sort of win the big battles in midfield.
No,
Lo Celso's not even in the side today, but Winks is more of a deep line player. Skip has been playing, so.
My Son's done well. There's a load of space for Son down the left.
Son party. At least put your foot in.
Oh, good save, Ramsdale. The problem there was Tomiyasu went on the overlap. They didn't find Odegaard lost the ball. Tomiyasu was out of position. That's why Partey had to go in the right back slot. Son took him on. Shoots left footed. Yeah, good eye for Ramsdale. He had to do well to tip it over. Come in, quick pace. Yeah, to make sure he got enough of it to let it go for a corner. Son about to take the corner that he won. And it comes right third, near post, or headed over by Tanganga, I think it was. Spurs just slowly get back into it. Obviously, after Arsenal got the goal, they had a couple of chances. People starting to
Yeah,
bit
you
of
need to get a
possession then.
second goal, didn't you? That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Score when you're on top.
Yeah, you can't really afford to let Spurs grow into this game. Especially got Kane up front. He always scores against Arsenal.
Yeah, and I think Son usually gets a goal or two as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. And we mentioned about the players with the fewest touches, and Ndombele didn't have that many, but he's starting to have a growing influence.
Yeah.
Now
Odegaard lost the ball again, actually.
Moore is dropping deep as well. He's getting a few more touches. I think they're just telling Kane to just stay up the front.
Yeah, I think it's like we got Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe. They're two young lads, not can be physical if they want to be, but they're not going to sort of outmuscle some of those guys.
We just spoke about Kane. He turned the shot. It went way over. Yeah, sorry, carry on, mate.
No. I was just going to say you got ESR and you got Odegaard, and they're still quite young lads. I mean, they can be a little bit physical when they want to be, but they're not going to win the battles against like Ndombele and players like that. It's some bit of still, even Højbjerg to a certain extent.
Yeah. They just sent the replay. I love this camera angle when technology that Sky use.
That was so easy, wasn't it? It was so easy.
It looked live. It looks a bit too easy, and it was. I mean, Sanchez, as I say, Sanchez was the nearest defender, but he weren't marking it well because one of the defenders, like Højbjerg or someone, should have been on the edge of the box trying to either intercept or even mark Smith-Rowe. It was just too easy in the end.
Well, that's the type of goal that we would concede.
Well, it was like one of those like drills you do when you're in training and stuff like that. Attack, get the ball out wide, cross, runner, goal. Like it was good play, but like it wasn't the most scintillating football you've ever seen, but it was effective. And I suppose his defender made it easy for him.
It's flown by, isn't it? 25 minutes already.
Very good, yeah, exactly. We were just saying about Tottenham's possession. I think it just come up, didn't it, Russ? Last 5 minutes, I think it's over 60% that Tottenham had in that last 5 minutes.
What you do with it, though?
No, exactly. Yeah, he's in Ndombele. As I said, he's getting more touches now. Tom's drops it off. Game's starting to speed up a little bit, which from Tottenham point of view, just got to get the ball up the field a little bit quicker. Want to allow Arsenal to get back into a shape. Oh, that's a foul by Xhaka, is it? Yeah, on Lucas Moura.
In red card. Oh no.
I know Xhaka likes a red card, but that's not a red card challenge.
But the thing is, though, that's a fallacy. That is because Xhaka's only had like 2 yellow cards in like 3 seasons. So
yeah.
Obviously it's just on people's minds that he's a red card machine, but he's really not. He gets a hell of a lot of yellows, but actual reds he doesn't actually get that many.
Well, he certainly does against Tottenham. Six yellows and 10 appearances against Tottenham in the Premier League.
That's what you do in your Saturday bet, isn't it? Really, it's always Xhaka to get carded.
Xhaka to get yellow carded,
yeah.
Or yellow carded first, even as well.
He just brain just goes. He just implodes.
No, he just absolutely brain played, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's done well there, though, to draw the foul from Lucas Moura. They're both fouling each other so far.
I think it could be quite a good matchup between them two.
Especially as Moura is dropping so deep. I mean, which I don't think that's a bad tactic. You know, obviously you've got Son running through. Kane, he's going to stay up the front as the number 9. They need ball playing, midfielders and attackers. Tottenham, they're going to create more chances, and there seems to be a good tactic by Nuno. Oh, Ramsdale, that was it's worked out in the end, but my God, that was a risky manoeuvre. Could turn out well though. Here's Smith-Rowe on the left, space open up for him. Smith-Rowe,
come on, get it in the centre.
Goal! What a finish that was!
No. What
a goal! I mean, we mentioned about Ramsdale's risky pass, but it's led to the second goal.
Oh my God, that's just
come at the right time for Arsenal. I mean, Tottenham's trying to get ahead of steam, a bit more of the play, but the second goal has come, and then bang bang, the captain is leading from the front. Risky pass from Ramsdale, but Xhaka did really well to hold on to the ball there. And again, like the first goal, there's space just open up for Smith Rowe to run through.
Not tracking that Emil Smith Rowe at all.
And then again, the pass to his teammate, and it's Aubameyang this time, and there's absolutely no one tracking him at all. Smith Rowe does brilliantly, finds him, and that's a lovely finish, just right in the corner. Hugo Lloris has got no chance saving that one. Yeah, great finish by Aubameyang, left-footed, and it's 2-0 to the Gunners. That actually doesn't catch it up properly, Aubameyang. That probably helps.
No, he doesn't. No,
hits it slightly to the ground, spins away from Lloris, but mate, smile on your face.
doesn't happen very often, mate. I'm an Arsenal fan the past couple of years. Oh my god!
Yeah, say, mate, it's the least Arsenal deserve, I have to say, in this opening 28 minutes.
I think we have been the better team, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Have you seen
great goal? Yeah, it's brilliant. Brilliant cat. They look like a side who's been coached. I don't want to big up Arteta too much, but that's not accident. And then, Tanganga gets caught upfield. And then down that channel, that was, he's got to be roaring back. But it's not easy. Smith Rowe is quick, and I think that's who brings it out, isn't it? And then overlaps, isn't it?
Yeah. Smith Rowe's running down. He's the one who runs down the left, and then.
I see what you mean about Ramsdale's pass.
Yeah, but it works because obviously it led to the obviously Tottenham pressed up the pitch, and if you beat the press, no matter who you're playing against, you're going to be in on goal. 9 times.
Very like a Chelsea counter attack. It's reminiscent of just the kind of goals you see us score. We've scored a couple like that against City.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy Aston got it on the right this time. Oh, he's lost it though. And Dombele, he's Spurs' the best player.
He has, yeah.
Him
it's
and
not
Moore,
like you can miss him either.
Yeah, him and Moore have been really, really impressive so far. But no one else really for Tottenham, hence why they're 2-0 down.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, we mentioned it at the start of the game, didn't we? And it's worked out. Sanchez and Diaz are centre-back pairing for Tottenham. They're there to be got at, and that's proven so far.
It's just did they just not track him, man? That's what I can't understand.
Yeah, no, great. Yeah, Arsenal have put some lovely moves together. And obviously, the 2 goals were good moves. But I mean, talk about Spurs making it easy for them as well.
It's the basics of when to drop off. There was another game on the watch-along we did last year in the Champions League, the Chelsea against Atletico, and it was exactly the same situation with Trippier getting caught upfield and then making a bad decision on. Do I counter press or do I go back into shape? And in fair, I want to slag Tanganga off. In fairness, that's a really good goal. That's a really good transition. You look at the speed they'll do. At half time or after the match, they'll do one of those things where they track the player and they'll either look at his speed or how quick the transition is. Because it's one of those examples of counter attack you get in the Premier League that are part of the reason everyone watches it.
No, it's back to front in no time. And they're just showing Russ, I mean, you'll see it in a minute, Wiz, you're a bit behind us, but look, Højbjerg went down when Xhaka had shielded the ball from him. I mean, he's touched it short trying to get a foul from there, isn't he?
He's not going to get that, is he?
First look, it looks like he's just spun him with strength.
It looked that way, yeah. On the replay,
he's a big guy, Xhaka.
Yeah.
He's quite a unit, not much of a brilliant defender, but he's quite a unit.
Yeah, you can't complain about tough, power in Arsenal's midfield, Xhaka and Partey. I mean, that's pretty. Obviously, they've got deficiencies, but I mean, from a strength point of view, that's all there for you to see.
Gabriel's been a great signing for us. So he's only 25 million, but
yeah,
if we can keep him, he'll be brilliant for us, I think.
Yeah, no, he looks got all the minerals to be a top defender from what I've seen.
That's never a foul on Højbjerg. Never in a million years.
No, I was going to say that's clutching at straws if you were trying to get a foul there.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what the pundits would say about that at half time, but I can't see that.
No, never a foul. The slightly funny thing there is that's the kind of thing you see Arsenal do, and it ends up with the opposition scoring.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a slightly underweighted pass to Xhaka, that you shouldn't
Yeah.
probably pass to anyway. You should just bypass him unless he's in 10 meters of space. In which case he is really good in 10 meters of space. And then, but there he's sort of not quite reacted quick enough. He's looked over his shoulder, maybe taken his eye off it. Then he's reacted late, which has made a Højbjerg push and probably over press and kind of like commit himself a bit too much. And then he's spun and then they're away. So it's kind of, it's worked out well for once.
Is Harry Kane shot deep this time? Oh, he's lost the ball. That sums up his first 33 minutes. Odegaard, space happening again for Arsenal. Saka's free down
Come
the right.
on.
Runners from deep. Where's the Tottenham defence? Saka cuts inside. Oh,
he's got it. Yes!
What happened there? Saka with the finish. 33 minutes, 3-0 to Arsenal.
I did not expect this. This is just...
I've seen one message come through on my phone. It's my mate saying his girlfriend has turned off the football. She's a Spurs fan. I've just seen that come through.
Oh, what a disaster! What a disaster for Spurs, but ecstasy. And for Thierry Henry in the old school Arsenal shirt in the audience. Not the greatest dance, but again, another good goal from an Arsenal point of view. But it just opened up for them again. Reeves plays coming out. Kane lost it. And again, the quick transitions, as you mentioned, Wiz. Runners from deep, support, picking the right passing as well. Great ball by Smith to Saka. It was 1v1 against Dyer, I think it was. He tried to find, I don't know who it was in the box. He tried to find his teammate. Ends up back at him. Well, it was Kane who went all the way, but Kane gave the ball away. He comes sliding back, inadvertently rebound off him. Then Saka shoots right-footed. Again, it's a lovely finish. Oh, what Arteta's going mental. You can't really blame him, to be honest. An absolute dream first 45 minutes for the Gunners.
Time to put a bet on for the draw, I think.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just seeing this now. They're completely outnumbered. It's a massive error.
Oh,
Great. He finishes it nicely though.
The awareness and the discipline from the Tottenham defensive point of view is ridiculously poor.
Well, they were really on the front foot against us, and I don't know whether they thought, well, if we can do this to Chelsea, we'll just throw them in forward. But that was really precise. They knew it looked like they knew how we played out.
They're going home already. Bye.
Oh, the glum faces. They've been safe.
Bit early for a pie.
2-3-0 defeats in a row. I mean, and it's 3-0 after 35 minutes. I mean, my God, I mean, this could be anything.
This is the worst. This is the worst thing. That's shocking.
I can't believe what I've actually seen because Arsenal can't score goals. We just can't. We struggle to score one.
You're playing against a leaky defence that's just making it easy for you. That helps as well.
We're just bypassing the midfield. I don't even understand what Spurs are doing in the midfield, let alone defence.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see. I'm really struggling to see the game plan from an attacking point of view and a defensive point of view for Tottenham. I couldn't tell you what their game plan is and strategy. It just seems so hapless and all over the place.
Well, you can't have 3 versus 2. You see that whenever you think if something's gone wrong.
Yeah, as Nuno, has he gone 2 attacking with the midfield 3, having Ali and Ndombele in there? Is that 2? I think that seems to be, and Højbjerg has been pulled apart in terms of runners off him and stuff. He's not the most mobile either, so they're just getting picked apart in that midfield.
It looks it now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's all right if you've got Ruben Diaz, John Stones at the back, and your midfield's Fernandinho, De Bruyne, and Gundogan. That ain't Tottenham. So they're highly intelligent, well-coached footballers, and I think, there's a little bit on the second goal. There was a bit of I started to think who's directing the defence there, who's communicating, and who's even on the first goal, who's communicating. And you look at they got Davison Sanchez and Eric Dyer in there, and you think, and then you suspect the answer might be no one. And that is a problem. Especially they were always going to struggle coming from the old Vertonghen combination, which was, genuinely brilliant.
Yeah.
They were considered the best centre back pairing in the league at one point, and not just for a laugh.
Yeah, and they were for at least a season or two.
They were.
Yeah. They could were people who could run out wide and defend out wide. So that press that Tottenham did under Pochettino.
Harry Kane. You could say it was that fourth, the third Arsenal goal. Yeah, goes wide of a header from a Sun corner. That's probably Tottenham's best opportunity, I'd say, wouldn't it? Apart from maybe the Sun one early on, but I think Ramsdale was struggling to get that one. I'll be honest, if that was on target. Yeah, you probably should have done better actually on the second viewing. Ramsdale takes the goal kick. That's 7 minutes or so plus stoppage time until half time. That's a foul on Saka by Reguilon, I think it is. Yeah. I think, Russ, surely this was in your wildest dreams to be 3-0 with like 5 minutes to go by half time, surely.
I've been stunned into silence, mate. I can't. I just can't comprehend what I'm watching at the moment. This is we've just been so not bad, but we just don't create enough to. In all the other games we've played, we barely beat Norwich, barely beat Burnley, and the chances we created against like Brentford, Man City, and Chelsea were almost non-existent. I mean, all right, well, we have created a bit today, but Spurs have just been absolutely woeful.
Oh, yeah. Smith Rowe got the first goal of good defending this time by Højbjerg, I think it was, who intercepted. Then again, loses that one though. Saka back to Tomiyasu. Seems very athletic. Tomiyasu goes forward a lot. Aubameyang on the right. Aubameyang back post. Oh, Smith Rowe. Tierney's following up though. Xhaka. That's well cleared again.
So much space.
I know.
So much space.
The defensive awareness and positioning from a Tottenham point of view has been shocking all first half. Absolutely terrible, making it easy for Arsenal to get the ball down and run into the spaces. Well, it's got to be one of the best 40-odd minutes or so of Mikel Arteta.
Probably the best. I can't remember the last time I can't even remember the last time we scored 3 goals in a match.
Arsenal were really good in the FA Cup final. I thought. I mean, I would say that probably, but I thought they were good. Really, they did. They fully deserve that.
Yeah, well, that's still a while ago though.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Tomiyasu paced the burn over that one in the end. What do you make of Tomiyasu, Russ? I mean, obviously he's still early in his career, but I mean, right back's been a problem position for Arsenal for a couple of seasons now, isn't it?
It has. We've got about 10 right backs, and that's a joke. We've got we've got Bellerin, you got Cedric, you got Chambers can play out there. I'm sure there was a couple more players who can play. Jack has played at right back as well, I think. But yeah, since Bellerin had that injury, I think it's 2-3 seasons ago, he just hasn't come back the same player. I mean, he was a player who relied on his pace, and he has lost that pace. That's gone. So that was like 70% of his game. His positional, he wasn't that great anyway. But I'm glad that he's only gone out on loan, but I'm glad that he's actually been sort of replaced by someone who, look, all right, he's played a few games. The opposition wasn't great. It was Norwich and Burnley, but But as I say, this would be a real test for him. And today he hasn't really done a lot wrong. He's lost it a couple of times, but apart from that, he's on the overlap. He's looking really good. I look really excited for the lad.
Yeah, he's got the athleticism, he's got tenacity as well. He wants to win the tackle and put challenges in, so he looks pretty robust as well. So from the early stage of this game, and from briefly what I've seen, it looks pretty decent actually.
Well, yeah, they were saying in Italy, I mean, he sort of kept Cristiano Ronaldo in his pocket last year when they played Juventus. So.
Where was it they signed? Was it Bologna? Was it they signed?
Bologna, Cagliari, I can't remember. It was one something like that.
I've a quick look while it's a bit of a break and play. Yeah, it's definitely one of the.
I'd like him to get a couple of goals today and assist, and then everyone en masse go on social media. I can't remember if it was Darmashef or the other guy. Absolutely, Darmashef. Just go wild and just bombard him with him picking up his man of the match award or something.
Yeah, it was Darmashef. Who's the other guy? It was the other guy who's talking. What's his name? Darmashef was there talking to the other guy. I just can't remember what the other guy's name was.
He's got I don't know. He's got an unusual, like an Eastern European type name, isn't it?
I know
he looks like a vampire.
Carve Solikol.
Carve Solikol, that's it.
Yeah, whenever he's on, I'm just like, what are you talking about, mate? He's just like some of the stuff he comes out with, and Darmashef just sort of jumps on him all the time when he comes up with something rubbish, which I think is quite amusing.
I think it's one of them where he's a good reporter, but in terms of actually talking about football, I think it's best for other people. I think. I've just had a look. Yeah, Tommy Ashley is from Bologna, and he's only 22 as well. So he's got he's got the best years ahead of him. You'd argue.
Yeah, so you know more about him than I do.
Oh well, I'll just look at Wikipedia.
I should know. I should know what club he came from. I know it's Italy somewhere.
24 caps for Japan as well, so experienced international as well.
Alba's in. That's an awful touch.
If Aubameyang got his touch there, it would have been an goal. And that's a foul.
What are you doing there? Come on.
Foul by Tierney on Lucas Moura. We're just going to show the replay again of that Aubameyang poor touch. Great ball by Partey though. Brilliant ball. He was 1v1 against Dyer. Yeah, he's got the touch right.
You've got a fancy Alba there, haven't you?
Oh yeah, just you can see what he's trying to do, trying to control the outside of his foot, but I think it just bounced just before and the ball got away from him. Just the 2 minutes of stoppage time for Arsenal.
Sorry?
It's just the 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, well they're
going. They've gone. Spurs fans are gone.
I'm not surprised. I think this sort of two basic things. It's really easy for me to say this. Whilst Nuno Espirito Santo kind of sitting there with all his coaching badges and years of experience, but you coach your players kind of to do two basic things, which is stand certain places and do certain things when you've got the ball, and stand in a certain place when you haven't got it. And the second part, it looks like he hasn't done. I don't think it's like they've completely broken down the tax breakdown when you're 1-0 down and the opposition sit deep. That's why they do it. It's difficult, but to break down and then the ball just be one ball, open it up. You could the second goal, I think, give it to Arsenal, but the third goal is criminal. And whether it's I always remember the England-Germany game 2010 where it just sort of fell apart and they just counted us. And it ended up like third year Vida Rest, where everyone chucked themselves forward, and you think this is not a coherent approach. And whether they've been emotional, but I can't believe that. In fairness, I can't believe that Nuno's coached them that way. I just can't believe it. But I do think if you put, if you're in a free midfield, probably all of you in the modern game have got very important defensive duties, and Dele Alli and Ndombele. Well, it's not really. He can defend, but again,
it's not his strength. He's on the ball now. I thought he was going to be in. Then it's half time. There we are. Goal line. I don't think any of us was thinking about after 45 minutes. So it's half time. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 0. I mean, Russ, mate, you must be absolutely buzzing, mate, after that first half.
Well, I might have to get a beer, I think.
might get 3
Get the
beers.
champagne.
Let's not go too mad.
Still the second half to come, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's never over for Arsenal. I mean, it's prime sort of 3-0 up. Yeah, you think it's all over, but I've seen it
3-3 is
before.
still on.
I've seen it before.
The 3-3 is still on.
That's why I said I might put a bet
That's
on
also.
3-3. So it must be about 100-1, I think, now.
Yeah, probably. I've just got BBC's live feed up. I'm just going to read out something that Phil McNulty said, the Chiefs football writer for BBC Sport. Arsenal have been absolutely outstanding, but says Spurs have been a complete and utter shambles, non-existent midfield, players falling over the ball, run ragged all over the pitch, Nuno motionless and seemingly powerless. As you can imagine, Arsenal fans are very sympathetic to their plight. I mean, I think that's pretty much what we've all said, isn't it, lads?
Yeah. One or maybe one or both of Ali and Dembele might go off. I think Ali needs to go. Maybe. I think I think is Winks even available? I'm just looking at the bench.
No,
You got those.
No, Winks
also Skip.
Winks in the squad today.
Yeah, so Skip's been playing quite a lot. I think I'm sure I've seen him play in a deeper role. But yeah, the balance in the midfield is completely, and it's not as if he's kind of playing one of the 3 up top. He's a big defender of the ball. Yeah, the Kane drops deep, but Lucas is not known for his defending. He works hard, but it just seems to be a completely unbalanced side.
Yeah, no, agree, mate. What do you make whiz of that first half? I mean, Arsenal just absolutely blown away Spurs in all departments.
Yeah, well, I think they've partly been architects of their own downfall, and Arsenal also look like they've been coached to counter-attack Tottenham, where they're weak, and they've had a lot of success out wide. Actually, Reguilon's kind of weaker out wide because he runs off up the pitch and he's brilliant at it, and I quite like him. But Tanganga, again, I think has been found out a little bit with his decision making. I don't think he's half the player he's been made out to be after he kicked Man City around and they squeaked the win. So yeah, I think we talked about that being a potential weakness. I think I was kidded by the Chelsea game where they were so good in the first half in the way they pressed and we couldn't get out. Maybe we're just in a poor run, which we are. And we made them look a bit better than they are. And, and maybe they got a bit carried away with how well that first half went. Maybe they gave them too much of a pat on the back for kind of holding us for one half. But they've been incredibly disappointing. And they're a much better team than that. I think you look at their lineup, it's, I think they need maybe more of a Nuno approach, which is to sit deep and use your superior attacking talent. Because their defenders are clearly the weakest part of the side. I don't mind Sanchez that much, but Dyer and Sanchez are centre-back pairing, and then you've got Tanganga alongside on the right.
Yeah, you've got Reguilon.
You've got protecting.
He's attacking and he's defending, and that's not a formulation, is it?
No. So you've got but there was always this feeling about Spurs. How were they going to manage that transition away from that defence? Because it was old. And they haven't managed it, and they're paying the price now.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. I've just been on there. I think Russ would be interested in this as well, but I'll repeat it when he comes back. But just looking at Twitter quickly, and Dele Alli is trending, and just reading some of what's been said. Dele Alli is just abysmal. Has the player ever fallen off as hard as Dele Alli? That guy actually had the rod of his feet off when he won. Sort of stuff we've been saying in that first half.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, there was a serious debate who would cost more money at one point between Kane and Dele Alli. Well, that debate no longer exists, that's for sure. Plus, it's sad. And it's sad for England as well. Because he was a genuine talent and a threat. But But again, you could make the argument it all stems from the defence because you can leave Alderweireld and Vertonghen like one-on-one with people and then live with it. It's like Van Dijk. Liverpool didn't just make tons of defensive mistakes last year. It's the confidence he gives you to leave him behind at the back, and he'll sweep it all up and deal with it. So it runs through the entire team in terms of confidence and in terms of how free you can be in your attacking play. And Ali is a player who needs to feel free to do what he does.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You can see the obviously it's half time still in there. On the Sky Studio, one of the pundits, Tony Adams, obviously Arsenal legend, and he got a big beaming smile after that first half. Not the rip out the first goal, just it didn't help Spurs lose it in midfield, but it just opens up. I still can't believe the space that Odegaard's got running through. Højbjerg's out of position, and Saka with a good ball, and then the Tottenham defender just stand like a bunch of statues.
Yeah, I think he'll have to respond. I think there's sometimes as a manager you do things out of habit and expectation, and he'll just have to pull someone, at least one player. After that, I mean, it just looks awful.
Yeah, no, it gets worse every time we see it. They're just putting the second goal now. I mean, risky back pass, as we said live by Ramsdale, but it worked out brilliant in the end. They beat the press, and again the space opening up. Tanganga can't get across. Sanchez can't get across. And Smith Rowe a brilliant ball, and Aubameyang does what he does best, sticks it in the goal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen by magic. That looks like something you practice. People know he know. I mean, and it's just running. Sometimes it is just running. Maybe it isn't genius coaching like those years under Guardiola, and he's by osmosis he's turned into this genius manager who can coach you things. Maybe it is just running. Emile Rowe just runs past them. So there's a lack on the face of it of organisation, and I hate this kind of lack of effort thing. But that's a lack of integrity, I think, to not go back. I can't believe that's the plan. I mean, I'm just watching the first goal, and they're strolling around. Ndombele eventually realises he's getting doubled up on out there. It's the Smith Rowe goal, yeah. So Reguilon sort of has to go on let him go on the outside there.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate.
Yeah, so he gets him on his weak foot, so he has to. So unless you double up, you can't stop that, really. In modern, the players are really good at football nowadays. This is not like the old days that you've got to organise yourself as a defence and help each other out. And yeah, you see the pass out from the back, never a foul. Probably luck, more luck than judgment. But Højbjerg's been caught out there, and then what's the positioning? Smith Rowe, they press. Yeah. Tanganga doesn't wake up. He's not sprinting.
No.
So
he's running in truth or something.
Yeah, Sanchez has to come across, but he's caught.
I've just got to read this tweet out from Ben Pearce, who's a journalist who covers Tottenham. Tottenham shocking in every sense. Not to see a team featuring Kane, Son, Ali, and Ndombele looking so blunt. And as for the defending, Spurs are making a very average Arsenal team look like title contenders. Can't disagree with that, I'd say, mate.
No, not at all. And I can just see where they're showing Kane losing the ball. He does make an effort to get back, but again, isn't this like one of the top 3 maybe number 9s in world football? It's okay for him to drop deep and be a playmaker, but you can't ask him to be, play Højbjerg's role, or Ndombele do his defending for him and score 25 goals a season every year. Right, and that'll be part of the reason he's got sick of playing for him. I know there's club loyalty and things like that, but he's an ambitious lad and he wants to win things. Sorry, you might be out here. My dog is biting my hand there, down there. Oh. Come here, you. But they've circled him. Okay, so he loses the ball and he does try to get back. But where's the rest of the midfield? They're all ahead of him. If you watch it, there's four Arsenal players. There's all the Tottenham players kind of on the back line of the Arsenal defence. And then obviously they just bypass Harry Kane because he can't run, really. And then what do they expect? It's no good circling Harry Kane. He will lose the ball. He's the main goal scorer and creator in that side. What else would you like him to do? It's terrible.
Manage the team at this rate. I mean, Jesus. Russ, I was saying to Wiz that Daddy Ali's trending on Twitter, and I've read some of the stuff earlier.
For all the right reasons.
Yeah, like one thing we actually similar to what we said. So one person's put has a player ever fallen off as hard as Dele Alli? That guy actually had the world at his feet at 21, which I think was similar thing to what we were saying. The drop off performance.
Alexis Sanchez.
Another one from Hotspur Edition Twitter page. Dele Alli is just abysmal.
But it shows our kind of people's football manager approach to players, and that this player's got X potential and this kind of thing. Players are about fit as much as they are about innate ability or absolute ability. And Dele Alli is facilitated partly one by having confidence, having a manager who respects him and doesn't expect him to just bow down to him. Alan Mourinho, who probably hurt his confidence. But he's a manager with a good record. You can go and look at Luke Shaw and any number of players who he's kind of had that similar relationship with, where he's sort of sacrificed them. They've been sacrificed a little bit, scapegoated. And he needs enough freedom to go forward. He used to do good things pressing from the front, but if you can just kick the ball up the pitch and then there's no other players there and your team score, that makes it very hard to have the confidence to go forward and do that. And he's not even being asked to do that in this game. He's not part of that. He's a better player at the front. He's not really an 8.
No,
he's not really. He's a number 10. And when him and Eriksen played off Kane, they smashed it, absolutely smashed it up. So he's a player who's. But every player, to an extent, is specific. You can put Ronaldo in. They always say you can put Ronaldo in any side and this kind of thing. But still, let's get real. Unless you're an absolute Hall of Famer, you need the help and you need the system and everything else. And that's true with Dele Alli, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree with Wiz, but also there's that, is he lacking that hunger and, then that desire to get back to how he was? I mean, it doesn't seem it from what I've seen, and not just in this game, but in previous matches as well.
It's going to take him a while to do that, because I think Mourinho really stuck the boot into him, didn't he? Didn't pick him, left him out. And I think that'll hurt his confidence. It'll take him a long time to recover from that, I think.
Yeah, it seems to be, mate. It seems to taking a while, but yeah, Tottenham needed to get back on top form as well. I mean, do you think that Spurs will make any changes at half time?
They've got some.
I don't know what they've got. Who have they got on the bench?
They've got
Skip.
Rodon, Lo Celso, Skip, Romero's the defender. Yeah.
See, Lo Celso, I don't understand why he didn't start him.
I think again, is he seen as a bit lightweight? I mean, given what Spurs did in that first half, I think that would be laughable. But is he seen as a bit lightweight and a bit luxury compared to the other people in that midfield? I'm not sure. I think Winks, they're crying out for Winks or Skip, really. But I think he'll pull Ali, surely.
I'll be shocked if Dele Alli's on the pitch at the start of the second
one. What else can he do? I don't know. Difficult. They can just sit back now. They need more width.
Unless they change it to a back 5, maybe. But I mean, then again,
I just don't hope that Arsenal don't sit back now, thinking that they've won, because that is the worst thing that we can do.
Yeah, it needs to be ruthless, which Arsenal haven't really been.
No.
When's the last time they were it's been a while. Here we go, lads. So 2 changes for Tottenham. Skip's one of them. Can't see who's the other one.
Emerson Royce, is it?
Yeah,
Royale.
Yeah. Or was BBC Sport have it? Liate de Souza Jr.
Oh, right. Let's have a look.
Ali's off, yeah.
Ali and Tanganga off. Not too surprised about that. And then Skip
and
Emerson Royale on. I suppose they had to do something at the Nuno at half time. They had to do something.
Yeah. Not surprising. The two players who look like they've had the weakest first half and have been caught out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see how they get on that. The start of the second half.
Good to see Thierry Henry there, though.
Yeah, loving the retro shirt he's wearing. So
the old shirt, mate. That is.
Second half's on the way.
I just hope they're not interviewing him for a job.
It was on Emirates.
Come on.
I reckon he's still getting the team. I love Thierry Henry.
Brilliant player.
I think
So
he's still
good that
better
he
than
was a
any of
Chelsea
us
fan.
will ever be, isn't he?
He's the best player I've seen in the Premier League, definitely. I always thought if we had Thierry Henry, I used to think this in the early 2000s, we'd win the league. He was just from another planet.
Yeah,
It's a shame he never won the Ballon d'Or, though. I mean, it was for about 18 months. He was the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he come runner-up before, or for his third or something?
Um,
I'm trying to think. Ronaldo won it 3 times around that time, didn't he? The original one. Yeah.
Ronaldinho probably won it around that time as well.
2005, he won it. Yeah, and he's the best player I've probably ever seen, apart from Messi. Him, so he was up against some good players. Yeah.
I did like the Brazilian Ronaldo, though.
I loved him.
Some of those goals he scored were unreal.
He was a proper player. Well, I think he won the Ballon d'Or 3 times, didn't he, Ronaldo? Or maybe twice. I'm not sure.
When he was at Barca, he was unplayable. Absolutely amazing.
No, superstar. Obviously, saying about his injuries, but still achieved a heck of a lot despite that.
Yeah.
I just had a look at Thierry Henry. So he finished runner-up in 2003 for the Ballon d'Or, and in 2006 he came third.
Oh right. Oh yeah, he was Champions League finalist, wasn't he, that year?
Yeah, and Cannavaro won it in 2006.
Oh yeah, because Italy won the World Cup.
Yeah, and
then Eto'o second maybe that year, then was it, or someone? Don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Talk about that Champions League final.
That was disappointing.
And in 2003, it was Pavel Nedved that won it in 2003.
Yeah.
And it's a serious trio. Nedved, Henry, and Maldini in 2003.
Nedved was an amazing midfielder.
Yeah, incredible. And in 2006, it was Cannavaro, then Buffon second, and Henry third. Another good trio. Yeah, let's see what happens with those 2 changes for Tottenham if it makes any difference to them. His son got cut from the side on the left. He skipped one of his first touches, Sanchez. It could get interesting if Tottenham get a goal fairly early. It's like the second half, then Arsenal fans might be worried a little bit. Cross comes in. One of them being on this stream. No.
It's never over till it's over, mate. You know that as much as anyone.
Well, yeah, especially when we played each other earlier this year, like last season, the 3-3 at London Stadium. That's never 3-0 at half time. Yeah, so definitely know. Or 3-1 up, sorry, at half time in the end.
You were unlucky last week against Man United, really.
Yeah, no, I thought we did more than enough to get a point. But,
Can't believe you missed that penalty as well.
Yeah, it was one that I was excited when Noble come on with his penalty record, and he's hardly missed over the years. And then, but David Hay done well to stay. He didn't commit himself, and obviously he palmed it away.
This already looks so much better.
Oh, those stats from this season: shots for Tottenham at rank 20th, shots from open play 20th.
That's ridiculously
Shots
bad.
Shots faced 19. I think distance run was in the bottom 3 as well. I mean, that's
What for that half? Is that for that half of
No, for
football?
the season.
no this season.
Wow. Well, that is. I didn't know they were that bad.
And where are they in the league? 8th or something, or wherever they are?
Yeah, I think they had a good start, didn't they? Oh, they're 10th. Well,
Yeah, but they didn't score many goals though.
No, well,
But they were winning games 1-0, weren't they? They beat Man City, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just been a disastrous few weeks for Spurs. Throwing for a tin. Oh, what Smith Rowe does well. Pass Emerson Morale. I know the sub gets in the way and gets a goal kick in the end.
I wonder where Kane will go next year then.
Yeah, I thought he was telling in his statement when he said he was staying that he said he was going to stay this summer.
I thought he was going. I thought he was gone.
Yeah, it looked that way. But if you haven't got a clause or anything, then good luck trying to get money out of Daniel Levy. You know what I mean?
Cool, those are bad stats. I mean, they've cherry picked them, admittedly, but they are bad.
Yeah.
They always do.
But they are important. If you don't shoot, classic adage, you know that when you start playing football, score. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Yeah.
I was giving it away by Ndombele. Another chance for Arsenal here. Saka, Tomiyasu on the right. Cross is deflected and goes behind for a corner.
Spurs were pretty bad last year, though. Very bad, really.
Yeah, I think we
And
only
they got
finished
bailed
a
out
point
by
behind
Son.
them.
Yeah. Son and Kane, and when you've got Son and Kane up front.
Oh yeah, no, they got lucky to even finish where they did. Yeah.
Hopefully they'll go to double move to Brighton and get coached by a proper manager.
Smith Rowe crosses it.
Oh.
That one's get away with that top one. Tottenham still with the ball. Arsenal.
That
Tierney.
was Tomiyasu, I think.
I think it was, yeah. Well, Saka does well to control that one. Skips next to him. Oh, Smith Rowe. Oh, it doesn't fall for him. Good defending for once by Tottenham there. Ball clicks it back post. Aubameyang. Oh, Sanchez. Oh.
Handball? What are you saying?
They're surrounding the referee.
Oh.
Wonder what that was all about.
Handball, I reckon, must be or something.
Let's have a look.
Or was it what?
Ball's collected by Odegaard.
Anything
Lovely ball to the back post where Aubameyang was. Puts it across. Oh, I think Emerson Royale, they're saying might have handballed it. Let's have a look. Puts it across. Oh, no, there's no handball there.
What's happening? Oh, he had his arm up, but I can't. Or are they asking if he pushed over?
Unless it's the one
The
after.
foul, yeah, the pushing him over in the area, yeah.
Unless they're appealing for that, which
No, get for that, yeah.
No, nothing given. Corner comes in, back post, headed down and comfortably held by.
It's Tomiyasu again.
Yeah,
Play him up front.
play him up front. Might as well do, mate.
He's been up front more than he's been back in defending.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Oh God.
It's only a good game, Tomiyasu. So he just won the ball there from Region. No, Region just gone down. He's been shot. What was that? I wonder if Jamie Redknapp still thinks he's a top left back.
I don't believe a word it comes out of his mouth.
Do you remember when him and Roy Keane were going at each other on Sky? Like, was it last season? It would have been. Oh, and Dumbole's on the
He's
left.
done really well there, isn't he?
Tommy Essie gets a vital blocking though. This Region, decent ball.
Oh, come on.
Well, if it's Gabriel that heads it away. Forces the throw in. There's Mora. It's too slow. You can see why Arsenal, Tottenham don't create a lot of chance. They don't move the ball quick enough. Too slow. Allows the opposition to get on.
I haven't given it to Son enough at all. He's
not.
I don't know whether they're not quick enough getting the ball to him or what, but he's just seemed anonymous this match, really.
No, but when they did give it to him in the first half, that was one of their rare chances when he shot and Ramsdale saved it. But they gave it to him quickly, and he allowed the space open up for him, and it allowed him to make a run and get the shot in. But I did anything since.
Oh, that's nothing. No, come on.
Oh yeah, no foul. Kane's gone down.
Not even in the area, boy. What's up with him?
Here's the replay. Him and White are going for it.
Well, you can seem to give him.
Good ball by Skip, albeit to a deflection. Oh, that's
Seen him given.
I'm surprised that wasn't checked, to be honest.
That's a foul.
That one is. Don't expect
That's not.
That one.
He was looking for that all day long, wasn't he?
Craig Pawson not being whistle happy, which is a good thing to have. I've got at the back is Sanchez. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Lewis. I bet you wish you were there today, Russ, after that first half, eh?
Yeah, the only thing is, like, when I go to matches, I've got a load of mates I go with. It's just like because of the time as well. What, 4:30? I would have probably got there about 12 and probably had 1 or 2 beers. Yeah, usually there's many a game I've been to where I've not actually known what's going on and where I am more. But yeah, I haven't been to a North London derby for a long time.
I imagine if that was the number 1 game, surely each season for Arsenal.
Oh yeah, you can't get a ticket for love nor money usually.
Yeah. Well, they should pay an extortionate amount on like the ticket exchange place, websites and stuff.
Yeah, all your mates one of them can't go. He's going to a wedding or something.
Yeah, agreed.
On that penalty claim, I think if Kane had actually just acted normally there rather than putting his leg away and trying to make it look like I think he might have got it. But in the end, because he sort of tries to fake it, he's less contact.
Yeah, it was
a bit like the Ronaldo ones the other day against whoever that was against, where he dived 3 times and.
Oh, that's against West Ham last week.
Oh well, you will agree with me then. I don't think any of them were pens. I don't think any of them were pens. I can understand why people were going. No, because you can't just fall over anticipating it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, spot on. Ramsdale's done well there from a cross by Lucas Moore, but Ramsdale will collect that one. He's in line for a clean sheet in as many games.
Yeah, there was a lot of negativity around that signing. I think a lot of us were thinking, what the hell are we buying a £30 million second choice goalkeeper from Sheffield United for? It was just...
Yeah, no, agreed, yeah.
But he's done well so far. I think it was always... It's become apparent that he was going to be first choice. I think Leno's done at Arsenal, I think he would have gone in the summer if someone had made a bid.
I think he's been pretty decent for Arsenal, though.
I think he has been a decent keeper, but yeah, he's not going to sign a new contract, so I think that they were looking to offload him in the summer.
Is that why you think? Leno's not in the side at the moment?
Yeah,
or has he been below par?
Yeah, I think he's. I don't know if he's been below par, but he's he's a good shot stopper. But the command of his area, if you watch him week in week out, his command's not great. His communication with his defenders isn't great either. But I think Ramsdale, in a short amount of time, he's actually done a lot. One sec, I've just got to plug myself in.
Otherwise, he's done well there to claim that free kick. Poor delivery. That's fun. Yeah. There's slight improvements with by Spurs, but again, much like the majority of their season, they've created nothing of any note.
Yeah, and I think I hope. I mean, they're 3-0 down, so it's going to be hard to, once you go a goal up, you've got a level of control over the game. Whether you do it constantly, I'm not sure, but
good save by Ramsdale, and it's a corner to Tottenham.
But yeah, it's going to be difficult for them. I think they look better. They look a lot more solid. But of course, they've got to kind of put up a show and try and chase the game a little bit.
I think that's
it's
Tottenham's first shot on target in the second half by Kane that time. Good save by Ramsdale, one-handed. The following corner leads to nothing.
Good save that.
Yeah, it was a good save. Yeah, good strike by Kane. Outside the box, whips it. Was going to go in, and yeah, it was a good save by Ramsdale. Had to tip it away, and yeah, he did so. Oh. Goal kick taken by Ramsdale up the pitch. Oh, good header by Aubameyang there.
What's your next fixture, Bill?
On Thursday we've got the Europa League.
You going to that?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, home game against Rapid Vienna, and on Sunday we're at home to Brentford, which will be I tell you what, will be a real tough game. The way they've started this season, also got a great draw against Liverpool yesterday.
Really surprising that was.
Oh, Charles!
Oh, how did he miss that?
Oh, I was playing you put your mortgage on him scoring that one. Oh, I just saw about nothing. Seeing the replay now, I think Dyer plays a lovely ball over the top. Tommy Esser doesn't talk with him. Lovely touch.
Fell over there.
Doing it again. Lovely touch with his studs. Yeah, side foot 6 word. That was the big chance they wanted. And the man you wanted to fall to, but just it was the right idea, but it's the execution just slightly off. Probably what they need to do more, Tom, just mix up a little bit rather than be predictable. Just play the ball in the channels a little bit more and get out the pitch.
Ball's still moving very slow.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Yeah.
We've said it a few times. It's no wonder they've created no.
Oh, come on.
Xhaka again with a foul. It's Xhaka bingo, isn't it?
No yellow, though. No yellow yet.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
Oh, God, look at that. Oh, my God.
I think Xhaka's been watching too much WWE, lads, I think.
Power slam.
Yeah, no yellow. Oh, that sums up Tottenham's game. Mako just lets it go out for a throw. I mean, that is just. Oibo's going livid. It's going mental at him. Can't blame him. Now look at that last 10 minutes, 73% possession for the Spurs. But
Spurs have been better, and they've actually grown into the game. No doubt about it.
Yeah, they have. No, that Kane chance come at the right time, but yeah, couldn't take it. Yeah, Arsenal trying to bit of game management, just trying to see the game out. It seems. not commit too many two players, 3 minute plays forward, rather.
Half an hour to go. Start time wasted.
Like the last few minutes, like Tomiyasu and Tierney have not got forward as much, but that's not a bad thing. They're just to stay in the game, and if you want to get back into it, you've got to break us down rather than make it easy. We make it easy for you.
Oh yeah.
Well, when the game was much more open, Tottenham didn't create too much. So, yeah, very difficult to turn around now. They have to do all the running.
Yeah.
They're demoralised. A bit bruised after that first time. It's difficult. You need character. And again, who's got the experience or who is the leader in that side? Højbjerg, definitely. And he's a really good player. Yeah.
He's played well today, I think. Good to see him back to some sort of full fitness.
It's like Arsenal, though. You get a very shortage of leaders on the pitch. Unfortunately, Xhaka's one of them.
He's done well there, though, taking off Son. I mean, this is too easy for Arsenal. Spurs are walking. They're walking pace.
You get the feeling that they think they're beaten.
Oh, yeah,
You can't be like that when you play Arsenal. Arsenal can make mistakes as well.
Arsenal playing well, don't we? But Spurs made it too easy at the moment. They're out of space each time. Pick a pass, head up. And that's a foul like Skip and Partey, I think it is.
Oh, Partey will be out for 3 weeks now. Oh, no.
The yellow for Skip after that challenge. Just seeing the replay. Like, good first touch by Partey. So, yeah, comfortable foul. No doubts about that one. Skip the half-time sub has been booked. Hit for Arsenal about 30 yards out, would you say?
Yeah, Tottenham look like they're actually getting back into a shape that makes some sense now, and they're getting there quicker. They probably had a rocket at half time.
Yeah. It's still when Arsenal get the ball in the final third, it's still a bit too easy for them.
I'm watching them at the moment, I'm a little bit behind you, but they're doing the donut thing. There was a video about Arsenal kind of passing it around in a big circle. And how Odegaard would kind of break that a bit because he sits in more of a central 10 sort of role. But they're doing a bit of that, but of course, they're perfectly entitled to do it now.
Well, definitely. Odegaard, free kick, back post. Aubameyang's there. Oh, and Lewis gets hold of it at the second attempt.
Oh, I've just seen the tackle on Partey.
It's weird how it just football changes so quickly. Starts the season the great start, obviously being Man City. Well, they could go places this season, and then in the space of a few games, at the moment, if this stays the same, they would have lost 3 games in a row, all to a 3-0 scoreline. Shows how things can change around for good and for bad so quickly.
Well, that's why match of the day is always a difficult thing to put together. Because obviously, not Alan Shearer or any. I know I always go on about match of the day every time, but Alan Shearer cannot sit there and watch every game between 5:30 and 7:30.
No.
And so you look at the result of the Tottenham game, but if you watch the game against Man City, it was a smash and grab. Tanganga got away with murder.
Yeah.
It's flat as to the cities. And to be fair, Chelsea is exactly the same in the last 2 games. The Villa and the Zenit game probably should have been both draws. So yeah, they've got a bit carried away there. That maybe has harmed them. They're living off a good half against Chelsea and a win against Manchester City. Yeah, but they've been found out badly today.
No doubt about it.
Well, they were found out against Palace.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
For a side who were kind of trying to rebuild and, you know, a young manager trying to find his way in an incredibly difficult league, that was an even game before the sending off. That was a pretty even game. And when you look at the difference in the level of the personnel, it shouldn't be.
No, 100%.
Well, yeah, you think Palace will be banging trouble after sort of Roy leaving, aging squad. Made some good signings in the summer though.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of. Well, he's well known from Chelsea. Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, he's been great. I hardly knew anything about him, to be honest. I knew more about Guehi, who had more reputation, really, I think. But yeah, he's been great. And there's I don't know when he's back, hopefully not too long, but I don't think he's not come back and played yet, as he's still long-term injury. So are they bringing on Hill, I think, are they?
Yeah, Hill and
yeah, come on for
Dombele.
Dombele, yeah.
A couple of minutes, yeah.
He played in the Olympics. I thought he looked pretty cool.
Yeah, is he more of a winger, like number 10? Is he?
Yeah, what white man.
Yeah.
Dribbly boy. But technically, exactly what you expect. Technically, really good.
Be interesting to see if Arsenal actually do make any substitutions.
Yeah, I think how well they're playing. Arteta's not even considered it yet.
Sandy's looked pretty good when I've seen him, though. I quite like the look of him. You could drop him in. Sambi.
Lokonga, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's not the sort of game you want to throw him into. I mean, if he came on as a sub, I wouldn't be too bothered. I don't think he's played with Partey yet in midfield. Or has he? I don't know. He's played quite well when Xhaka was out.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed by him. And you look at the Arsenal bench, Lacazette, he's a nice option. Maitland-Niles is good. Holding, he goes back to a time when I used to hate individual players. I really don't like Rob Holding. I think he's horrible. Pepe would be good with his pace, and they massively overpaid for him, but he looks all right. Martinelli. Pepe would be nice on the counter.
No doubt. Another good ball by Partey. He's sprayed a few lovely balls today. His Saka cuts in. Saka shoots. All saved by Lloris. Finishes with an Arsenal corner. For the first time, Saka cuts in with his left foot. Decent effort. Bounces just in front of Lloris, make it a bit more difficult. Decent enough play by the keeper.
That's the only fear I'd have as an Arsenal fan, I think, is I feel this kind of clock ticking of, seeing these incredibly promising young players, and especially Saka, because I just think his personality. You see a lot of young players come along and make an impact and look good, but his kind of personality on the pitch and his leadership and wanting the ball for Arsenal. I mean, I don't know whether I don't maybe watch him enough, but you could argue he's the best player in the team, right? He's 19, 20 years old. But I'd worry the clock is ticking on those players.
You could say that about a lot of players. I think the one lucky thing is he's come through your academy. He's an Arsenal boy. You've got a good chance of possibly keeping him longer than, let's say, someone who wasn't brought through the youth team. He actually supports Arsenal as well. So, but yeah, if we don't get back into the top 4 in the next sort of 2 seasons, yeah, you could start to worry about those guys sort of thinking about moving on, or whether a Man City or United come calling.
Mm.
Only 11 North London derbies. Is that all he had? 11.
Who's that? Are they showing on
Henry.
again?
Yeah.
I bet he scored about 20 goals though.
He scored 5. But you always
Is he?
remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because he scored a really good goal where he ran past the whole team.
Yeah.
Absolutely sensational.
And slid on his knees in front of the Spurs fans.
Yeah, he was an incredible player.
I think Spurs have only won once at the Emirates, I think. This is a ridiculous record. They've got quite a few draws, but I think they've only ever won once.
I think they might have showed it earlier. I think it was Eunice the ball, I think, scored.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Tottenham, so that's a bit of a throwback. That's a while ago.
Oh, it's like Tavares is coming on for our... Oh, no, Sambi.
It's the Congo,
Oh,
isn't it?
Tavares was getting... Who's coming?
I've just seen Xhaka go down and Saka's down at the moment on my screen. But...
I think it's good we got Odegaard back because at least he's sort of played with us second half of last season.
Yeah.
Play well today.
Yeah, at least he was sort of, you're not buying a fresh signing, at least he was sort of integrated already.
I think he's quite a coup for Arsenal. I think he could be a good player for him.
Yeah, he's shown definitely flashes of quality so far in his Arsenal career.
I think he was just really unlucky at Madrid, wasn't he? He signed with such a young lad when he signed for him.
Yeah, but he went elsewhere and did really well.
Yeah, it was a Sociedad or somewhere he went to.
Yeah.
He had a really good year there.
Yeah. Played at Vitesse with half the Chelsea youth, probably.
I'm having a bit of possession in Arsenal's third, but again, nothing's been played so far. And so Royal crosses it in. No one in the box.
No one there, is there?
No, it's cleared easily by Saka. There's still time technically to get into it, but how key that Kane missed that was, but it's proven to be the case. Goal!
Oh, it's a goal, yeah.
Son just scored. It's 3-1 Spurs. Well, there's still time for them to get back into it.
Yes, that's just come late enough to make them nervous, I think, or just early enough. 3-3 is on. My prediction is still on.
It is still on. Here we go. So, let it in midfield. Skip. Good ball forward. Son. Well, first the Region, sorry, lost the ball. Yeah, that's a good finish by Son. Who seems to score against Arsenal. Oh, it was Gil, the sub. Did well to find Region. Yeah, good. Decent enough finish by Son. Too quick for Ramsdale, who couldn't quite keep it out. So, yeah, 3-1. His fourth goal in last 8 competitive appearances against Arsenal.
What's happening with Xhaka now? Oh, nothing.
It's no foul there. Oh, well, it wasn't getting obviously a foul, but there's seemed a lot in that one. Might be a good time for Arsenal to have this little mini break in play.
Would have liked clean sheet, but okay, yeah.
Can't have everything, mate.
Wow. Still 10, 15 minutes left, probably. We're going to have about 20 minutes injury time, so yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if that goal gives Spurs any more confidence in the remaining 10 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, Hill does do well there. Just look at that. Lucas is playing much more centrally now.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yeah, need to create as many chances as they can, Spurs, but as proven this season, it's not always been easy for them.
I'll be Alpha Stadium wanted Xhaka off anyway.
I'm just looking. He's still having treatment on my screen, but
He's just limp. Oh, he's coming off. He's limping off. He's been subbed off. So the fungus going on in his place.
Didn't look like a nasty, not really. It just fell into him, didn't he?
Yeah. Whether it's because it was side on, whether it's pushed his ligaments a bit, I don't know. But...
Yeah, maybe. But at least he didn't need a stretcher or anything, so he was able to just limp himself off. So we're back underway. Let's see if that goal changes Spurs, or if the pattern of the game will continue as it was. I imagine what it would have been like if Kane did score that chance.
Yeah.
With half hour, I think it was.
What happened there? They got to foul it, surely. Oh no, it's Kane. He won't get anything.
Tierney shoots. Oh, goes wide. Yeah, I think Kane looked like he just barged into Gabriel straight after the goal kick, I think.
He completely off the ball.
Yeah.
No, he's England captain, so nothing will happen to him.
Not picked up by the officials.
For VAR would have said, "Oh, hang on, a bit naughty."
Yeah, well, certainly what I read. So, Gabriel has cleared out. Kane's offside there.
You fed that dog.
I am. She's just being fed. She's just completely insane. But it's almost definitely a pigeon on the fence. The sparks of the pigeon who sits on our fence.
I think Tottenham were lacking a bit of bite in midfield. Should have put the dog in Tottenham's midfield, mate, I think.
Well, she's better defensively than Dele Alli. That's for sure.
Probably better attacking wise as well, the way he's been playing. A good flip by Kane this time on the halfway. There's a chance if Spurs they play it around regular. Gills drift over to the left, the sub. Good ball forward to Reguilon again. Maybe a different skill since he's come on. Tomiyasu is marking him. That's not the best.
Who did they sign him off? The Gil Hill.
I don't know, actually. Maybe Malik or someone. I'll have a quick look actually. Exactly. I think it was a fair amount of money from what I remember. He's only 20 years old.
Ibar.
Sevilla.
Oh, was it off Sevilla? He went on loan to Ibar then.
Yeah, he was on loan. He was on loan last season at Ibar. Yeah, actually didn't play that much for Sevilla in the end. He was on loan times. I think just over. He's the part exchange deal with Lamela going the other way.
Lamela, he was a funny one, wasn't he? Maitland-Niles is coming on. Oh my god!
Had too many injuries, Lamela. Good ability. Too many injuries to be a regular.
Yeah, he's a bit
On
of
his
a,
day, he was a very good player, but he was just one in every 15 games.
yeah,
He's got that.
not my cup of tea.
No, he's got that brilliant Rabona in this game last season, didn't he?
Yeah.
All fits and starts with from the manner. Yeah, it was part exchange, but more, a fee of 21, just over 21 million as well. So that part fee, part exchange as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's been a good impression since he's come on in this second half. 85 minutes, 5 minutes to go. Plus, you'd assume a fair few minutes of time.
It'll be at least 5 minutes, I would imagine.
Yeah, without that, he's Lucas dropped deep there. Skip. It's a bit of time. Lucas Moore's dropped deep again. Just waiting for some move. It's too stacked from the Tottenham point of view. There's no movement whatsoever. Regon's got on the left hand side. Then waiting for options. Son. Lucas Moura. Oh, the screen's gone. Oh, he's still got it. Moura. Heel. Gets it back. Crossfield ball by Skip. Emerson Rawls go at number 12 on the right. And again, not for the first time. All that passing and all that passing, their end product.
It will come from the left for Spurs, if anything, if they get in again.
That's where it needs to be happening. That's where the Son's goal come from. Their good play down there. Spurs' left.
Yeah.
So it's a sub for Arsenal, and Maitland-Niles is coming on for Saka, who scored the third goal for Arsenal. Another good game from Bukayo Saka. It's a generous round of applause from the Arsenal crowd.
Yeah, he's a hell of a talent.
He's had a hand in 2 of them, I think. 2 of the goals.
Yeah, lovely finish for the third goal with his right foot. Did very well. Wonder what's going to happen with Maitland-Niles, because he put that Instagram story, didn't he, where was that set him free and stuff like that before in the transfer window. And
Tavares coming on as well, is he?
Yeah, Smith Rowe's come up and Nuno Tavares, yeah. So I think he'll be the happier Nuno out of the two in this match.
The only thing I know about Nuno Tavares is I signed him on Pez, and he was good. He was really, really good to play either side. He was my cover at fullback on both sides. So on that basis,
there we are.
He must be decent.
Who plays Pez anymore?
I know everyone plays FIFA, but I'm still Pez.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Purist.
I wish I had time to play FIFA or anything like that. I wish I had time. Football Manager I used to like playing, but
I can't now.
If I start playing that is it. It's game over. It's like the time will just. It'll be like you start playing at 7 o'clock, and then before you even know it's at like 11 o'clock at night. It's like
yeah.
They're giving the Smith Rowe man a match, guys.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
I think it's too dumb.
Yeah, he very much.
Goal and assist.
Yeah, it could have been a number of Arsenal players, to be fair. But I think,
I would have got a Saka, I think, probably.
Yeah, same on Saka, definitely.
Another great game for Smith Rowe today.
Sammy, come on.
No, it's a good ball forward. Is Odegaard. He's had another good game as well.
I think most of the Arsenal team have. You can't really say anyone's had a.
Yeah, even Jack has been, a few nice passes.
He did his job, yeah.
Just running the clock down Arsenal. I think that momentum we expected after Tottenham got the goal back, it just hasn't materialised at all.
Oh dear.
Obviously, just a tough foul against Son in midfield, I think. Yeah. But yeah, they've managed it. They look pretty mature again. It's quite a young side. It looks quite a mature second half in it from Arsenal. One little mistake out where I think both Saka and Tomiyasu, Saka and Tomiyasu both get drawn out to heel when he puts Reggie on. But apart from that, they look really comfortable, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Yes, they've managed the game well, which is something you could give praise to Arsenal for that reason over the past few years. But I think they've managed the game very well, especially second half.
5 minutes.
5
Be
minutes.
interesting to see Nuno's interview.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go on the halfway line. Oh, that's a
foul, isn't it?
That's from the Fernandinho-esque shit.
It's a yellow card straight away, isn't
Yeah. Got to be yellow for that one. But Lukonga, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was like the captain of Anderlecht last season, apparently. Can't be that bad.
Yeah. Well, not as bad as that cross, though, from Moore. He's got it back, though.
Yeah.
Oh, save!
What a save that is. Oh, my days. What a save that is.
Fantastic save by Ramsdale. How to get that one. Moore's the Tottenham's best player by a mile in this whole match.
I said before the game, Moura always has a good game against Arsenal.
Oh, brilliant. So he tips onto the bar. Great save by Ramsdale. Fair play to him. Corner comes in. Comes back to Son. Was that offside given? Oh, it's a free kick anyway. Seeing that save again from Ramsdale.
That's a great save, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant save. Tips onto the bar. I wonder if that shot from Moore to a deflection or not, or whether he just hit it that well. Great save, no matter what. Won't be a clean sheet for Ramsdale, but he's had another again. I've not been a big fan of his, but he's putting a good display again today. You have to say.
Yeah, I think a lot of Arsenal fans wrote it off before the ink was dry on the contract, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Even when it was being linked.
Well, yeah, it's an English player. You pay extra anyway, but then he'd been relegated 3 times in a row or something. So it's like, well,
yeah,
why buy him now?
For me, it was the amount of mistakes he made, like far too many for somebody who's meant to be a Premier League player. But he hasn't made any so far for Arsenal, so whether he's done, that's a sign of things to come. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't pretend to have seen a lot of him, but obviously with a team like Sheffield United, it's particularly the way they were last season, they're not going to be. It's going to be open to a lot of shots, and anyway, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. But Arsenal's defence have had a good. Yeah, I think Gabriel's done well. I think Wyatt has been much improved today as well.
Yeah, it's early days with them two as a partnership.
Yeah, without a doubt. Ball comes over. Free kick. That's a free kick. Odegaard's down. It's just over a minute to go.
Not long. I should have this all done now.
Oh, mate, I bet you wish you were there with your fellow supporters in the ground, mate.
Yeah.
I love him.
It's nice when you get games like this, so they don't happen very often.
And then it's just been panned to the Tottenham fans, the glum faces, crossed arms. Well, if it's any consolation for them, at least it won another 3-0. It'd just be 3-1 instead.
Yeah, we have to let them down, let them score a goal.
Come on, 30 seconds to go.
Oh, come on.
Højbjerg crosses it. Oh, that's the no one. And that's got to be, yeah, that'll be the end of proceedings. They gave it a go for them in the second half, but again, apart from their same goal, pretty toothless, really.
It's like you said, if Kane scored that chance he had, it could have been different.
Yeah, you never know. But you always felt that Arsenal had more to give. If Tottenham did step it up, you have to say. Yeah, Arsenal managed the game pretty well, we got to say, so no complaints on that point. And there we are, it's full time. Mikel Arteta is very animated. You can't blame him. Arsenal 3, Spurs 1. Well, I mean, Russ, obviously absolutely buzzing with that, mate. I mean, we thought some performance overall.
Yeah, I think first half, really, Spurs didn't really show up till the second half. Yeah, it was very well worked goals. Spurs players caught out of position, not tracking back. Second half, sort of the changes Spurs made at half time obviously had an impact. Sort of in the midfield, they were a little bit more robust, not as brittle. Yeah, obviously had more chances second half. Spurs did. Kane should have scored that chance, really, the one he had.
Yeah.
Spurs finally got their goal, and Arsenal managed to hang on, which we rarely do. Being an Arsenal fan, you're always thinking in the back of your mind, you're always going to concede at some point. But yeah, you can't argue with the performance of the first half. That's the best half of football I've seen from us in a long, long time.
Yeah, it was very good. Where's your thoughts on the game overall? Arsenal were clear winners and were by far the better side, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I think they played some good stuff. And like I say, that I don't think the second goal happens by accident. That's not by magic. I think hopefully Arteta gets a bit of credit for this game and the way he set them up. And if nothing else, because of the pressure he's been under, that people recognise that maybe he has got something to give. I don't think he's going to persuade everybody, but certainly if you look at the mistakes Nuno made with his lineup, with his setup, or in communicating the instructions, I mean, the third goal is an abomination. They'll slaughter that on the pundits tonight, and quite rightly so. But problems like lack of tracking back in midfield for the first goal. Some pretty basic movement from Smith Rowe, but everyone did the right things. I thought Saka's really exceptional. Smith Rowe really good. Gabriel was always good. Tierney's pretty much always good. And they looked a lot better on paper, though. The firepower Tottenham have, you have to say, they are really disappointing.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's not a surprise with the stat that come up during the second half. In the Premier League this season, the shots they've had on target and chances created and stuff like that, the worst in the league. And I think that was really a surprise, judging what we saw in the 90 minutes today.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. I don't think there was always that concern last year when Tottenham were quite bad and they were lucky to come in the league where they came. Really, never mind any thoughts of Champions League qualification, whatever else, but. There's always what happens if you turn off the tap of Kane and Son, and not just Kane and Son with their quality. Kane and Son, the form they were in last year, which was Son was hitting the ball blindfolded and it was going into the top corner. It was he was on a good run. What happens when you turn that off? Well, they're shown to be they look like a mediocre outfit. I think their ability on paper is much higher than what they've played, but. There's only so long you can say that before you come to the conclusion they're simply not good enough. Real lack of quality.
Yeah. No, fair doubt. All right, okay. Well, Russ, Wiz, thanks for joining, lads, and we'll see you on the watch along soon. I think Russ needs to get those beers out the.
I have a few. I think mate. Got work tomorrow, but I might have a couple more.
Good stuff. Thanks, lads. So, thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to Catch Football if you're new. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. All the best.
Come on, you Gunners.